tell us about how you came to know this film.
All right. Okay.
Well, in 1995, November 15th, we were in an acting class and we were given an improv. And that's where this first came from. The improv lasted about 35 minutes. It was very dramatic. It was all method actors, and it was with our instructor was Pat Randall, who got shared story credit with me on this, because I said, hey Pat, this is a great improv, I want to write the script. She said, go for it. So about 2.5 years later, I was done with the script.
Wow. And where did you actually get, so it came from an improv, but was it actually inspiration from your life, your friends, the background, your experiences with Vietnam?
No.
No?
No,
Okay.
it wasn't. I was in the Navy during the Vietnam War. I had too many clearances. I couldn't go in a battle zone. But the improv was received so well. I've been a struggling actor for 35 years. And to go out and keep trying to get auditions for one line was ridiculous. I said, I got to go make my own film. I knew I had the technique and the ability to do it, but I didn't have the money. So I wrote the script. We were going to go shoot it. My co-producer, Richard Fulvio, was going to be the executive producer back then. He had a job, I didn't. And he said, no, let's shoot a storyboard. So we spent the next 2.5 years, every Saturday or Sunday, in our leisure time when we were off from our day jobs, shooting a video storyboard. We rented a garage, we set up a mock set, and we just went for it every weekend. And I would write out the scenes. I had a stand-in for my character, and I did the camera work. And I knew what I wanted to shoot. I had to capture my own vision. And I'm a movie nut. I own about 7,000 movies.
Wow.
So I know a good scene when I see one. And we just kept exploring. I shot 58 hours of exploratory footage. And I edited that exploratory footage into a video storyboard.
Wow.
That I used as a blueprint to shoot the movie. And it took me about 4 years to edit the storyboard because I just didn't work on it every day. I had a job, and sometimes you got bored with it. But I kept the project going. Every weekend I'd go buy props and set decor in a thrift shop, and I did everything on this movie. Everything you see on this set I bought personally in thrift shops and saved hundreds and hundreds of dollars on set decor. The pre-production with the video storyboard probably saved us over $1 million in production costs. All the shots you usually throw on the floor, I had already edited out on the storyboard. So when we were on the set, all I had to do was shoot the shots that were already picked in the storyboard. It worked out perfect. The movie's almost flawless. There's a couple of shots, continuity, no one will ever catch them, but I knew watching it. And even all the way through when I was editing, I was still rewriting. Until I finally, even the last month, I discovered something major, putting in certain flashbacks, which really changed the vision of the movie. But I do want, in response to your question about the Vietnam War, what really turned this thing around was 9/11. We're working on a movie about war, and 9/11 happens, and it put a whole different picture on this. And the troops going off to war again, and this deals with post-traumatic stress disorder, and it's got an anti-war message. It's not in your face, but it's there, that you get the sense that war is not good.
So you believe it can relate to veterans now coming back?
Absolutely. Have some colonels coming today from the Veterans Hospital in the post-traumatic stress disorder ward. They want to see it. I have a gentleman named Ben Chitty that's coming tonight. He's one of the head guys with the Vietnam Veterans Against the War here in the New York chapter. And I'm reaching out to veterans. I plan to do a charity event where I'm going to donate all the money that's raised in that to veterans. And then I want to do some fundraisers offering all kinds of veterans organizations an opportunity to sell the movie, and they'll get money back.
That's great.
So, that's my goal. I'm going to make a living too, but I don't want to line the pockets of the Hollywood machine. I want to give what I can back to the soldiers.
So your story, you find that veterans now, you want it to appeal to veterans. So what sort of reactions have you had from veterans?
Well, it's a good question. I got a buddy of mine that served in a company called The Walking Dead. It was a company during the Vietnam War that saw more action than any other company.
Wow.
He was never wounded. Most guys in his company were. Quite a few died. But he's over 100% disabled, they say, in his mind from the whole thing. And he's lost his family, his wife, through divorce, and he's starting to come. He's been getting treatment. He kind of holds his own. And when he first heard this was an anti-war film and everything, he didn't like it. But he's my buddy. He came over to the house. He saw the movie. His first reaction was, how is this an anti-war film? And it's because we show both sides of the coin in the movie. And the man that fights up for, we were Marines, we fought for our country. He does it in full force. And so we're not making anybody look stupid here. And he felt it was a great film. He really did. And it really made him think about, what he's gone through and what we're trying to do.
Well, I must say that, the performances are all stunning, and I can tell that because you're an actor's actor. You are off the stage, and the way, how did you find bringing out, I think a lot of the younger actors too, I think they got big careers. How did you find bringing their performances to be so good?
The kids were great. I'm telling you, these kids were fantastic. I got them through a regular casting call, an audition. Right. And I didn't do any callbacks. I did one audition. I read them for the role. Then I had them switch parts and read the other roles. This way I got to see them a little bit in a few ways. And of course there was physicality, matching. But I lucked out. I got 4 kids that were fantastic. Exactly. The 3 soldiers are fantastic. Right. I rehearsed them all before we shot. The kids, we rehearsed a couple of days. The soldiers, we rehearsed a couple of days. And when we were on the set, they were ready to rock and roll. And they did. They really did.
And how was the reaction for you had your first premiere with the New York Film and Video Festival. How was that reaction in LA? How was the screening?
It was phenomenal. The place was packed. They were standing in the aisles. We actually had to turn people away. And one comment I got from a fellow named Jack Lassen, he's from Euro Pacific Securities, deals with big budget films. He said the audience did not see the end coming. And they won't. This
it has
really,
a twist.
Oh, it definitely has a good twist, and it's going to get them.
Well, we're definitely excited to see the film. So tonight we've got the New York premiere, so you've got your friends, family, and...
Big night. It's the biggest night. This is my hometown. I grew up in the Bronx. I'm coming back to my hometown as a film director. I mean, what? It's outrageous. My family's coming. My friends are coming from my old neighborhood. They hadn't seen me in 40 years. Like, all of a sudden I call them, I did a movie. It's going to be a great night. And there's some partners coming, people that invested in this movie. They're excited. So it's a great night. We won some awards in LA. Best Screenplay, Best Feature Film Directorial Debut. Nevada Film Festival just gave us the Platinum Reel Award for feature film. It's just really happening. This is a great night.
Right, and so what's next for your next project?
I don't know. I've got a couple of really great scripts. I really just want to focus on this. I want to make my partners money. I got to make a living or I'm going to be back looking for a day job.
We don't want that. No, you need to be a filmmaker.
I've got a couple of distributors already nibbling on this. ITN wants to represent it. They're going to represent us at AFM, Passion River Films.
They're a great company.
They want to put us out on DVD. They said they want to send us to Netflix right away. I'm still trying to see if I can squeeze in a little theatrical release out of this because the audience reactions have been phenomenal. They love this movie.
And you've sold out in two major cities.
Right, we're selling out here in New York again. So what can I say, man? It's going to be a great night.
So that's IFQ TV, and this is Talbot Perry Simons.
Thank you very much, and still the drums.
Still the drums, showing tonight at the Village East Cinema from the New York Film and Video Festival.
All right, thank you, Renata.
All right, thanks.